Good day, everyone. Three of us, Al, Lee, and Wu, are from IIUM. This is our EDP 7102 Adolescence assignment. Special thanks to Dr. Siti Rafia to guide us to complete this task. Our title is Effective Parental Involvement Improve Adolescence Outcomes. In this video, we will talk about the definition of parental involvement, present different literature review on how parental involvement affects their children's performance, discuss about this issue from Islamic perspective. There are 50 interview questions, findings, and discussions from 2 respondents. 3 of us are giving opinions, and last but not least, ended with conclusions. Let's start with the definition of the parental involvement. According to Ireland 2017, parental involvement refers to the amount of participation a parent has when it comes to schooling and her child's life. Based on another definitions by 2018, there are 2 key elements within commitment and active participation on the part of the parent to the school and to the students that work together to make up the concept of parental involvement. As mentioned by Masa and Mila by 2017, parenting actually is the activity that parents engage in to raise healthy children who became capable students. The suggested activities including family support programs to assist families with health, nutrition, safety, and strengthen the relationship or home visit at transition point to elementary, middle, and secondary school. To explain further, Gobena by 2018 highlighted parental involvement, including participation and governance in the school, encouragement, cognitive, intellectual, and homework assistance in-house. From here, we get to know that there are 5 types of parental involvement in education: for participations and governance, for school-based, and discussions, cognitive stimulations, involvement in homework, as home-based. Attend at parent-teachers conference, open houses, school plays, volunteering in the classroom, communicating with teachers, as the membership of parent-teacher associations, serving on the school board are the examples to strengthen the relationship between the parents and the school. It's important for the parents to discuss with the child what happened in the school, and it's a good idea to have the day trip to museum, libraries, or concert. And there's a good idea also to having a daily routine activities with your children, like reading books together and discussions. Of course, parents suggested to involve helping in homework, whether giving guidance or making an home environment conducive to homework. From these 5 types of parental involvement, hoped their children's academic cognitive development, engagement, and motivations will increase.
Let's continue with literature review. Academic achievement during adolescence is predicted by interpersonal, such as parental engagement in adolescent education and family socio-economic status, intrapersonal, such as intrinsic motivation, and also institutional, such as school quality factors. As adolescents become more independent in managing their academic roles, they still may need parental support to be successful in school. Research in parent involvement by Midrath and Midrath 2011 shows that involvement at home has a more significant impact on children's attainment than parent involvement in school activities. According to a meta-analysis of more than 50 studies on parent involvement in high schools, there is a direct connection between students' academic performance and the participation of parents in their children's education. Furthermore, The earlier that a connection is established between parents and the educational process of their children, the more robust is the foundation for the success of the students. That means the connection should begin as early as they can to give the positive effect. Park and Holloway, 2018, highlighted there is a strong link between children's academic performance and parental involvement in their schooling. The report shows the parental participation is significantly associated with high performance in academic and social or emotional well-being of children. Therefore, parents' involvement not only give positive impact on children's academic performance, but also ensure healthy social and emotional of children. Besides, Day and Dr. Rowe reported that greater academic socialization and home-based involvement appear beneficial for educational attainment among adolescents. Academic socialization is how parents use their own educational beliefs and expectations to provide message to their children to help navigate or influence their academic success and development. As parents always engage in children's homework, cognitive stimulant, encouragement and discussion, their children will success in higher level of education. Also, study found that parent-child discussion at home had the strongest positive relationship with 8th graders' academic achievement. They also found that parental involvement in school had a moderate impact on achievement. The 8th graders is around 13 to 14, that means early adolescence. This literature review shown that parent-children discussion plays a more important role in children's academic achievement than their involvement in children's school events. Next, let's look at Islamic perspective on the issue. Regarding Aqidah education as a major concern in the family, the mastery of parenting skills, especially in the aspect of adolescent spirituality, is one of the measures to tackle the issue of adolescents following home-based education. Salasia Hanim Hanja and others encourage parents to strengthen their parenting skill in Islamic perspective and apply the skills in the process of educating adolescents in the family. Another research finding from Iza No Aida, 2019, revealed that parents have the understanding of the concept of Islamic parenting skill in terms of maintaining good relationship with Allah and people, being a main mentor to the children. Positive child discipline methods, monitoring of children's freedoms, and parental authority. The parents serve as role models and apply the effective Islamic parenting skill to avoid some adolescents' problems such as homicide, physical and sexual abuse.
Now let's look at the methodology used to carry out this study. An interview is being carried on two parents whose children has good outcome or achievement. This interview is aimed to find out these parents' parental involvement which leads to their children good outcome or achievement. Our first respondent is a father with a child aged 26 years old who is currently a medical officer. The second respondent is a mother with a son and a daughter aged 23 and 21 who are dentists in future. The instrument used in this study are 15 interview questions. These 15 questions were directed toward the impact of parents' involvement on students' achievement. The interview questions were designed to create an overall picture on these parents' parental involvement which lead to their children good outcome. Now let's proceed to the finding section. First, we will look at first respondent children achievements. His son is very consistent in study, right from his primary, secondary, even until his tertiary education. His result was quite good. He has always been in the first class and he is the top 10 students. At school, he has no disciplinary problem and he is a prefect from primary until secondary school. He is active in academic section of the core curriculum. As for second respondent, she has 2 children. Both of her children always get number 1 in the class. In PMR, both of her children get straight A. Her son Hassan scored 8 A's, whereas her daughter Sarah obtained 9 A's. In SPM, Hassan got 9 A+. He was the best student for the state of Negeri Sembilan, whereas Sarah scored 10 A's. She was the best student for SPM in her school. Both of them are fully sponsored by JPA and MARA under special program, bursary and YTP program. Both of them have no disciplinary problem and they are both active in extra core curricular activity. Hassan was more into indoor activity such as debate, public speaking and class chess competition. He was champion in the International Physiology Dental quiz. As for Sarah, she was more on sport. She represents the school and faculty in various sports, namely badminton and athletics. Next, we will look at the analysis of the transcript. Overall, it can be divided into 2 main themes and 7 sub-themes. The 2 main themes are school-based parental involvement and home-based parental involvement. The 7 sub-themes are discussion, encouragement, cognitive stimulation, involvement in homework, spirituality, rules, and parent-child relationship. For the first main theme, school-based parental involvement, there's only 1 sub-theme which is participation. This refers to participation in school. For respondent 1, he attends PIBG meeting, his son's sport day, prize-giving ceremony. He also go and observe and see his son perform when he takes part in activity like debates. As for respondent 2, she participated in most of her children's school activity such as PIBG meeting, sports event, prize giving ceremony, and canteen day. The second main theme is home-based parental involvement. It has 7 sub-themes. The first sub-theme is discussion. This refers to discussion between the parents and the children. For first respondent, when his son has problem, his son will usually tell him and discuss it with him. When his son is lonely, he will talk to him. When he is down, he will help him. For second respondent, when her children have problems, she will always give them advice and opinion. She will also share her experience with them. She will always let them express whatever they need to voice out so that they won't keep it to themselves. The second sub-theme is encouragement. For respondent 1, when his son was emotionally sad, he will comfort him and give him moral support to boost his moral and give him confidence in facing the future. As for the third sub-theme, cognitive stimulation, they will always do some reading together and have short vacation. As for second respondent, she gave her children encouragement by rewarding them with good deeds. As for cognitive stimulation, she always bring her children to bookstore and they have family vacation when celebrating birthday. The second sub-theme is involvement in homework. As for respondent 1, he look after his son's study. He always do homework with him together. He will help him with difficult tasks, send him for tuition class, buy restroom book for him, and teach him at home. As for second respondent, she will set a time for her children to do homework or study. Every day from 8 to 9:30 p.m., they must read or do things at the study table. Next sub-theme is spirituality. It refers to the value the parents instill in their children. For first respondent, he will always tell his son about the moral value from time to time, like always speak the truth, help others, and respect others. He also asks him to attend religious function at the temple to listen to the good value taught in their religious. He also asks him to participate in part-time charity work. As for second respondent, she will become the role model of her children. She will never argue in front of her children. There's no harsh word, no yelling, and no shouting. She also instilled the value that to love reading, love to be educated, and love knowledge. She also teach them that choices must come with reason. The next sub-theme is rules. For respondent 1, he always teach his son not to hang out late at night. He should finish his work before he want to go out and enjoy himself. He has to choose his friend carefully and don't be rude to others. Always be respectful to others, especially to the elderly. As for second respondent, she is very strict with rules on discipline, as she believes self-discipline is the root of success. She set time for children daily activities. She restricts the duration for watching TV, and she said that dinner should be taken together. The last sub-theme is parent-child relationship. The first respondent is quite strict with the son. His son is more attached to his wife. His wife is quite friendly. His wife is very attached to his son and like to be together with him, and they always go for shopping together and eating together. For second respondent, she has a very strong parent-child relationship. They are a very close-knit family. For them, family activity is a must. When the children have problems, they will always share with her. And then she will never argue with her husband in front of the children. She instills in her children that parents are the right person to rely on in any situation. When they have any problem, they should always come to the parents. And lastly, she always tells her children that she loves them. Next, we will discuss about the finding. Both respondents show effective parental involvement. They are involved in school-based and family-based parental involvement. Their parental involvement is more on home-based parental involvement. This is in line with doctorate and midwife studies, which shows that involvement at home has a more significant impact on children's attainment. They stress on having discussion with their children to help them solve their problem, giving them encouragement and instill good value. All this lead to the great achievement of their children. A study by Bong found that parent-child discussion at home had the strongest positive relationship with academic achievement. They also prioritize family bonding activities such as watch TV together, do some reading, shopping, or visit friends to have good relationship with their children. They also set rules such as study time every night at 8 to 9:30, not to hang out late, finish work before enjoying themselves, so that their children can learn to be responsible and independent. Their parental involvement has proven to be effective as their children excel in study and have a good career. In this section, we would like to share our opinion on effective parental involvement improve adolescence outcome. We will also listen to the opinion given by respondent 1 and 2. Adolescent emotional development is often characterized by rapidly fluctuating intense emotion. This is because though they are biologically adult, but their emotions are not fully matured yet. They also experience hormonal changes and psychological stress. That's why they are very emotional. So parents need to help them to learn to manage their emotion so they won't keep the feeling to themselves and feel stressed. Parents should also instill in them that sharing of feeling is a normal and healthy part of family discourse. They should train them to share their feeling with family. If they have any problem, they should talk to their family. Parents should also model way of managing emotion. They should be the role model. They need to model how to safely talking out hard feelings and not acting them out by yelling at the teenagers. If you yell at the teenagers, they will also yell back at you because they are emotional and you are also emotional. Next, a child who grows up in a positive environment may have a calmer temperament and attain greater achievement. So the parents have to be calm and have good emotional management, then the child will have a calmer temperament. Lastly, emotion stability is very important because it influences the performance of an adolescent. If the adolescent emotion is stable, they can learn better.
In my opinion, parental involvement is viewed as an important factor for children's educational achievement at home and in the school. Student achievement was always shaped by their life outside the school and highlighted the importance of parents' role. Therefore, parent words, behaviors, and beliefs will have a great deal of influence on their development. This involvement helps parents increase their interaction and discussion with their children and are more responsive and sensitive to their children's social, emotional, and intellectual development needs at home and in the school. During adolescence, it is very typical for a child to confide less in adults and more in friends. There are ways to develop and maintain positive, open, and effective communication with youth to solve daily conflicts easily, which reduce stress for both parties. It's often said that communication is the key to a healthy relationship. Additionally, studies have proved that parents are their teens' greatest influence when it comes to family values, expectations, and choices concerning tough issues like sex and drugs. So, good communication is vital in this area. Here are several tips for keeping the lines of communication open. Parents should always be an active listener to their children, give clear, consistent messages to their children, include them in decision making, find time to spend together, like have a family day or whatever. Be positive, don't criticize for whatever they did. Avoid power struggles, give them choices. Always use the media to bring up topics and focus on their interests to talk about. Avoid talking too much, but share your experience. If you do wrong, please admit your mistake. Last and the most important one, tell them you love them. Opening lines of communication takes time and patience, so go slow and don't let setbacks derail your efforts. You will see slow changes over time. Parents are the ones who need to be actively involved in clarifying teens' problems and disorders, which are specific to adolescents. Like any other relationship, the parent-child relationship is a complex one that begins to build from the early days in the life of a child and require a great deal of effort, conditioning, dedication, understanding, attention, love, and communication. A positive, effective relationship with both parents leads to avoiding conflicts, to the harmonious development of adolescents' personality.
Peers will become more important in adolescent stage. Good friends can be like a personal support group. Friendship gives teenagers a sense of belongings, a feeling of being valued. In my opinion, parents should start open communication about healthy relationship and peer influence during early adolescence. It will help to build a good framework for discussions later. Good parent-child relationship tend to lead to children having positive relationship with friends. So being warm and supportive, staying connected and actively listening to the children can help them to develop friendship skills. Parents should respect their children's independence and individuality. It is essential that advise the children to choose friends wisely and suggest the way to maintain a friendship. Teenagers might spend less time with parents and much more time with friends. As parents, always being interested and available to remind the children that parents always be there to help if they are suffering in a bad friendship. Parents must be positive and respectful in the relationship with children.
If possible, I would like to spend more time with my child, especially during his childhood days. Share with him more personal feelings and emotions which I normally do do not show to him so much. Most important is you should be caring, loving, and giving him emotional support for his development patterns. Because when he has problems, he needs his parents to support him, and that will boost his moral and also give him confidence in facing the future. So I think that is the most important thing. Even now, when he's lonely, we talk to him. When he's down, we help him understand his problem and then try to solve his problem for him. So he's quite happy with that. So that's all.
The only thing that I would do differently is to widen the circles of my friends' social life, my children's social life. Perhaps to let them have more friends, because when they were small, we restricted their friend list as we fear they might get that peer influence. But actually it is not a regret, because as they grow up, they develop friendship with birds of feathers, of their own group of people, small circles but secure. We prefer that way. And the last one, is there anything I would not change in the best interest of enhancing my children's developmental patterns? I would not change the close knit family bonds that we have built together for all this while. Parental involvement in their life, family love and supports are all that every children needs to ensure good achievements in their life.
Lastly is our conclusion. Conclusion: to have an effective parental involvement, parents should involve as a role model. They should model the correct behavior, attitudes, and beliefs. And because parents influence child's value, parents show the child how they want them to behave. Number 2, parents should involve as a motivator. They should encourage the teenager to behave in the correct way, and then they should also praise them privately. And then third, parents can act as a friends. They should spend time together doing family activities like shopping, going for vacations, or read together. They should also have discussion, can discuss with the teenagers when they have problems and help them to solve the problem. Next, parents should set rules. Rules is very important because it helps to discipline an adolescent. Self-discipline is very important because it is root to success. Parents can set rules like set time to study, ask them to finish their work before enjoying themselves, and not hang out late. Number 5, parents should instill value. They should instill good value like speak the truth, help others and respect others, especially the elderly. They should also encourage the adolescent to do charity work so that they care for others and attend religious activity to listen to good advice and good value. Lastly, parents should have good parent-child relationship. They should spend time together doing activities like go for vacation, shopping, or read together. They should always tell them that they love them, and then they should instill in them that parents are the person to rely on. If they have any problem, they should always go to their parents. So in sum, the most important is that we should love and care and give the adolescent emotion support. So eventually, they will become a successful adolescent with good outcome. These are our references. Thank you for spending your valuable time to watch our presentation.